a good old X3 fucking session tonight because we got us a 3-day weekend, boy. Just like all sessions, I do have a little bit of a pre-session talk. I was kind of hoping to have Kyle here because this very much so pertains to Kyle specifically. We did a thing last night, and since it came up and it's fresh in everybody's face, continuity. Continuity is kind of a big deal, right? It's kind of an immersion maker or breaker if we ignore it, or if we but since it came up last night, the components changing from casting to casting are fine. You know what I mean? Like what you guys, if there's a verbal component or whatever.
We just started saying, as far as we are concerned, that was the first time that subtle spell has been used. So
it's the third time.
Okay, but
oh no,
I wouldn't like.
But okay,
he kind of just set a he kind of just set a precedent of cool. Now anyone else that can use that can now do the exact same thing that you do.
So here's what I was hoping to have him here, because like you guys not saying Avada Kedavra every time you use like the same spell, right? Like changing your verbal components for whatever just to force magic through yourselves, that's fine. I don't mind that. But the spell effects themselves have to be consistent. Oh, what is happening? Oh my god. Okay, so
I'm so sorry.
here's an example that I was talking about today, is if I cast Fireball, you all know what a fireball looks like. It's a little pea of flame that then explodes into a 40-foot radius, right? But if I tell you, this fireball doesn't make a flame, and nobody sees anything, it just, the air gets really hot and you guys take 8d6. See how like that changes the entire thing? Then
right.
in my head, logicking that out, you shouldn't even have to make a dexterity saving throw, or you should make one at disadvantage, because how the fuck are you supposed to know? If the actual continuity of the spell changes, then like if the effect of the spell changes, then we have to change how we expect magic to work in the game. My problem with that is that even though I don't mind the variation, if you're just changing the spell so you don't get in trouble with the world around you, that's a problem. It's kind of weaselly, right? Like the whole point of him using subtle spell and getting is so that way it doesn't show who the caster is. It says nothing about changing the type of spell, and since we set the precedence once, then you know what I mean. And Kyle's argument was, well, then that makes me not want to flavor it. I'm like, it shouldn't. It should just make you want to do the same spell, because your spell is what your spell is. He already did that once when he cast shield. Normally he goes, his armor glows and the shield just sort of like whomp. Instead, when he did it to Quinn, he made a big huge bubble and a big gong and all that stuff. And I let that slide because I understood what he was doing. And okay, if I would have stopped everything at that point, it would have, like it did last night, would have stopped immediately the entire tension and drama that would have happened. You guys immediately pull yourselves out of it, and then next thing you know, like, if what I had said to him is last night is, if you can do it, then I can do it. And as long as you guys are okay with, sometimes you'll just be hit with a fireball that you don't see coming. Now it's just being petty and argumentative over, if we all agree to the rules that we all agree to, then everything's okay, right? So wrapping that up, as far as my point, I think I've been pretty lenient with a lot of things that, you know, even you guys who have DM'd probably wouldn't fly. There's a lot of things like, oh, could I have, and then retconning stuff, and would I have known to, and it's like, well, a lot of guys would have said, well, if you didn't think about that beforehand, then no. You know what I mean? But meeting me halfway and not abusing the system is like what I really want to get to. And I was hoping, like I said again, for Kyle to be here for that. But I guess that has to be, I want that to be something that we all talk about together, because the one-on-ones with Kyle make it sound like to me, it sounds like he gets really moany and pissy about it. And then it sounds like I'm overbearing on him.
Right.
But I
when he's present.
Yeah. But
it's a big thing that kind of does ruin it, because like I remember what you were getting at with him doing the restoration for Brenna, and what he made it sound like there was like, it was like a WoW healing buff where it's like fucking a circle of light, and there was like fucking 1-ups, you know what I mean? Like, did something like that. And he didn't want to do that, stay consistent, because he didn't want
because he's scared.
But it's like, then you shouldn't have done it. You shouldn't have committed to using,
And so. I've been very explicit with you guys that like, as far as your characters and everybody in this world understands, you don't know how people are going to react to your magic. There's a bit of trepidation there. Mm-hmm. To try to weasel around like what your characters know and what you guys have experienced, it breaks everything down, and I don't like that personally. If you guys know that not that you're not supposed to, but that you, as far as you guys have been told in game, culturally, magic is illegal, right? So to try to weasel around that, subtle spell is already weaselly enough, right? I get that. That's fine. That's the whole point of the thing. But to argue with me about it, I'm like, okay, so the spell effect happens, and then to go, well, no. That's flavor's free. Okay, well, so is being blind and still seeing, right?
Yeah.
Where does it end?
Right.
Well, I've already been. I think I've been pretty lenient, but when he shows up, we'll have to have the conversation at some point. Hopefully, all of us together. Opening the floor.
Having read the description for subtle spell, it doesn't make the spell itself subtle. It's just the casting, which still sets a bad precedent, because more or less now the floor has been open to, cool, you guys have used it, I can too now. Well, and the party never wants to have, like, being the DM, yes, that opens it to, now I get to use some more cool toys, but at the same time, for everyone else in the party that can't do that,
I mean,
whatever.
Okay, subtle spell is the core mechanic of the game. Of every sorcerer, of every type can use that. Yeah, it's what makes them special. I got no problem with that.
The problem is him arguing that, oh no, there would be no effect. It doesn't say that the spell itself does not cause effect.
And he knows
you
that.
Don't have to,
right. But that's all I wanted to say. Did anybody else, Amanda, Dan? I mean, I think we've kind of beat the horse a little bit. It's very dead on the ground, but
I don't do magic, so it doesn't really pertain to me, but I definitely agree with consistency is important. If you're going to flavor something, it should be flavored for across the board when you use that spell. And when Anthony and I talked about this earlier, as we were just talking about random stuff, I brought up Ricky, and whenever Ricky does like grease, he does the same action. He's like, I touch the floor and grease, like that's his thing, and it's consistent all the time, and that's something that I think should be across the board for everybody.
Yeah,
it's the same thing as Kaioken's throat yodel, and then oh look at that, an effect happens. But
and that like the same. We're hitting on the same dead horse still. If you have a laser pistol and you say it fires continuous beam in my campaign, and then one time you say it shoots a
scatter shot.
Yeah,
it's different.
It shoots a short beam.
Right.
Cool. Did you buy a new laser pistol? No? Then fine. No, it doesn't do that. It still does a beam. So
precise.
No, you are 100% in the right.
But so well, and it's not even that. But to bring it up, this is when I bring these things up. We have addressed this, and moving forward, we all understand the expectations at the table. As we go through these things and we learn more about them, we will address them as these things come up. I am open to having a discussion about it, but I don't necessarily think that there's a discussion to be had, because we're all in agreement of what we all expect at the table that we all play at. So, that being said, I think some people had a couple of goals. I think Deus had basically the goals. And then
Deus is the main heavy hitter with goals last night, but
yeah,
I had one small one.
I thought someone else had one, but
I burned my experience.
I
Right.
had one.
okay,
I
so
didn't have any goals though, and I updated my XP to 45,955.
sick.
Perfect.
All right. Well, in that case, Therai, your goals are going to stay the same, right? You just wanted to generally help people around the town and guide the party around.
Yeah.
Okay. Then in that
And to be
case,
fair, there could be argument for giving the dwarves the location of the vendor last night. Could have been considered a goal of helping the people of the town, but I'm not going to, just because
right.
while
Well-
help them, it also might have hindered someone else.
They
Possibly.
weren't people of the town. They were.
Yeah, they're
just-
travelers. But
Fair.
Just a heads up, Josh, you're a little in and outy. I don't know if your
'Cause
mic's
he's-
super far from your face or what.
So
it's the pickup.
I have a new mic setup.
Ooh.
So
Ah.
it's stand.
Okay.
So
Nice.
because the mechanism for this broke off. So that
Gotcha.
is why. But
All right.
I
Well,
will be closer to it now.
There you go.
let's
Just try to be mindful.
let's
thank you.
We'll let you know if we can't hear you.
let's jump into the recap. That way we can finally have these repercussions roll back and smack you guys in the dick. So the party separated from the Iron Golem and went in 3 different directions after exchanging the goods for work and money. Absalon took Xixis' body back to the Arcane Eye HQ to continue to plea for the soul separation. Therai and Keksi wanted to go and find one last store to buy general items with, and Deus headed back to the church to reflect, with Kaioken in tow behind him. Therai and Keksi ran into a gnome handing out pamphlets, and speaking of adventure and continuing to the Hammer and Clang general store where they met a Loxodon who told them a story of the breakers from a long ago era. Deus encountered Gerald and Quinn at the church, and finally relinquished his old ways of the Order of the Silver Templar to pursue his own path and figure out his place in the world. Then Deus and Kaioken sought out the dockside community home, where they found a room and went out to the bazaar for some exotic foods. While there, Deus performed a restoration spell on a man and promptly left. The group came to the realization that they wanted to instead find lodging at the Adamantine Anvil. They arrived at the legendary tavern, quickly quaffed a drink, and found their way to their rooms. That about cover it?
Mhm.
Sick.
Did you mention about the dwarves?
I didn't, but this just to recap is just a little blowback of.
But you didn't mention anything about the dwarves.
That's true. I didn't.
And the recap.
That's right.
Everything else but the dwarves.
Yep.
Did you know?
Fun thing. I think we're actually going to find out exactly what happened with the dwarves.
Inspiration.
Jesus Christ. Okay. So
Amanda just goes, everyone gets inspiration. I'm the new DM. Bow, servants.
So everybody is going to wake up, except for Deus, who apparently that sauce just took a little bit longer to hit him. As you guys go to wake him up, he goes,
5 more minutes, Mom.
I have to go poop and I'll fall asleep while pooping. Kaioken, you are going to have disadvantage on your perception checks for probably about first few hours of the day, as you rolled a nat 1 on your Constitution saving throw from the Gut Buster. So you have a fucking headache.
Wait, was it supposed to be a con save, or because the last one was just a normal D20?
Oh, that's right. Never mind. You're right. Your con save
My con was an 11.
was
I
an
believe.
11.
Yep.
Yes.
You mean
No,
double
it was an 8
ones.
because it was a disadvantage, wasn't it? I see
No, I think it
2.
was advantage because I was used to.
Right,
Gut
that's
Buster.
right. That's right. Yeah, dwarves. Yes, so an 11. Never mind then. You do not have that. I was looking at the custom rolls. Thank you for reminding me. Yeah.
I mean, that's totally fine. I'm cool with it. I
Nah.
like that.
Nah, you're fine. You're fine. You're a big old hardy boy.
I haven't drank in over 100 years.
That's not true. You drank that whiskey several times on the road here.
That's true. I haven't had Gutbuster. That shit hits different.
I mean, probably.
That's probably like airplane fuel.
Yeah, probably something like that. It's used to take the rust off of metals. But you guys all wake up hungover, but none the worse for wear. Deus says, "No, mommy, in 5 more minutes, I'm my own paladin now." And you guys can pretty much guess he's going to be out for the count until he takes his poop nap. If you guys want to prepare spells, now is the time to prepare spells. In the interim, if you guys want to talk about anything, you didn't really get a chance to talk about stuff last night. You guys kind of met up. It was 3 o'clock in the morning. Right now, it's actually about, you guys only slept for probably about 6 hours or so. So it's right about 9 o'clock before you hear like the bustling of the city and like general construction and shit. And you're also in a tavern, so you can hear music starting up, shit like that. That's what wakes you all up. After like a week on the road where the only noise that was being made was you and battle.
All of the spells to prepare.
But whatever you guys, if you guys want to talk, now is the time before you guys make your way down or what have you.
I would like to do a perception check on my shadow.
Your shadow, as you are, I assume, are you standing up or laying in bed?
I'm assuming that I'm standing up out of bed now.
Right. So you're getting up, putting on all your armor and whatnot back on. Your shadow is plastered against the wall. It kind of mimics you, but at this point, as you move your arm, it takes like a full 3 seconds before your shadow does behind you.
I want to do like some fast movements.
Yep. And then 2, 3, and it follows.
Okay. Can I touch it?
You can certainly try. You reach out, touch your shadow. Yep. You're touching the wall. Your shadow, 3 seconds later, mimics it.
Okay.
Kaioken, you doing anything?
So typically, Kaioken does like he'll touch the earth or meditate with druid craft things out of his hands with seeds. But what you guys see is Kaioken doing this really slow essentially yoga, but it's really fucking slow, and he's using his muscles to in this weird ways where he's on one hand and he's rotating into a handstand because he's trying to get exercise, which is a part of
his morning ritual.
Yeah, his morning ritual. So he's just doing this slow yoga, and as he's doing that, so we should probably talk about what we're doing in this city. We got some stuff to pick up today, and we wanted to have a private conversation, but we kind of got sauced up last night. So let's kind of touch base with how everyone's feeling and move forward. Who wants to start?
I'm gonna pick up my battle tome. I haven't picked that up in a little bit, and I'd like to flip through it as I'm listening to Kaioken.
As Kaioken asks who wants to start, you're like, uh-huh. You turn and you start looking through your book. Yeah, whatever.
Right, pulls down her reading
fucking
glasses.
Nerd.
Yeah. Interesting. No, continue. Yeah.
So I guess I'll start. And I have questions first. Therai, you had mentioned Balthazar, and that Grimtooth had mentioned that Balthazar might still be alive. I need to know for my personal reasons if you are seeking revenge or if you're seeking appealment with him.
I seek repentance for him. I wish to make him not beg, but seek forgiveness. There are actions he took that I partook in that would break anyone I know. I simply seek that he be driven to his knees before me and ask the gods his forgiveness. If it means this life or the next 100, as long as one of them ends with him begging for his forgiveness from not me. I am but a body, but from the eternity of pain he has caused others. That is all I want.
So, are you gonna mind if I like want to kill him, or do you need to have him say sorry first? I mean, just because last time we didn't get along so good. Like I want you to have like your moment with him, but as soon as it's
If
done,
you
might want to start hitting him.
If you seek his head without him speaking words, then yes, there will be trouble.
Yeah,
But
I mean, the things that he had done in my era, I don't think he deserves a second chance.
many think like you, and those many are far beyond God. I
Yeah.
am not threatening you when I say this. I know that Absalom would take this as, "Ooh, you are threatening me." Blah, 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 blah. I do not care for such talk. Such thinking is a vile way of thinking. If people thought of me the same way that they did many years ago, then I would just be another demon. Bones buried in ground.
Yeah, I understand that, but I also understand the nature of things. I also understand that Balthazar is a wolf that will turn more wolves onto a flock. So, before that flock is killed, I would like to take action on that wolf. I will give you your opportunity to speak with him, but just know if it goes south, I'm prepared to make an end of him. Because if he is still wandering, that means he is still corrupting this plane. In my mind. I could be wrong, but I hope I am wrong. Therai.
When the time comes for it, I will have you put your axe down while I speak with him. And should he impale me, then you have my permission to kill him over my dead body.
Sounds like a little bit late, but okay. All right. If you want to get stabbed first.
Kaioken, this...
Oh, that's not my name, guy. Hey,
Oh,
mister.
yeah.
Now, to be fair, he was there when Grimtooth and Olaf called you Kaioken.
That is true. I'm like, hey, good to,
But still, that would be that. He's been calling him Masenko until they got to the city.
I assume it's
Yeah,
like Vegeta and Kakarot, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Masenko, I was also there when he performed those acts. Though it was maybe not of my own volition, my hand is still covered in the same blood his is.
Make me a history check, Kaioken.
Okay.
It's been a while, but
+1. Oh, I got a 19.
you would remember a similar look. Not this Therai. You didn't know his name, but you did know when you guys immediately landed after the dragon flight. When you went to go fight Balthazar, he had summoned a previous group of what he called his companions. One of them was a tiefling death priest at that time, that had made a slight plea with Balthazar before Balthazar said, "Take care of them," and walked off.
Then Therai would see this like, oh.
Hey, it's Deucey.
It's Sleepy Boy.
Well.
So Therai would see while, I mean, while Therai is talking, he would see Kaioken's like kind of concerned face about this thing. Then he kind of starts like, I recognize you. I thought maybe we had met in a bar and we fought or something, but no, we totally you were at his last stand right in front of the keep where they were doing the ritual. Do you remember that?
You've already made the roll on that, and you would remember that. Although I think we had discussed previously, you remember fighting a Goliath, but he was covered in like, he didn't look like this old man.
Yeah,
I mean, he would see that, like there would be a semblance of that look when I rage. That's kind of like my flavor for the rage. But yeah, I'm totally old and loose skin and stuff now. Loose rock, loose rubble.
Just
it's a fat bastard from Austin Powers.
Yeah, he's got the vagina neck. Yeah. But
yeah, there would be that like, hey, wait, so you look way different. So is that what you're saying, that he had corrupted you and made you do certain things, and that's why you're trying to make him repent for it? Correct? Just see if I'm getting it wrong.
I'm sorry.
I was the catalyst for his downfall. Perhaps not the one who set it in motion, but the one who spilt the ink on the last page. I also condemned millions of Dragonborn to be left leaderless. And in that moment, I lost faith in my God. Me dying 1,000,000 times for each of those poor souls I condemned to death in a plane far from here. I would suffer 1,000,000 deaths at Balthazar's hand if it meant for once he would just say sorry one time.
That is commendable, and I will help you as much as I can with that. Because I am at a point in my life where I feel like we all need a second chance. So maybe my instinct for Balthazar is at a loss, but I can't help feel the way that I feel. So maybe you can show me how this is done.
I knew him when he still was. There is chance the Balthazar that one you spoke to earlier, there is chance that he is still possibly, like myself, a shard of the first. So I will not have you kill him until I can confirm it. And as I said, my dead body is sacrifice enough to ensure he has a chance at forgiveness.
Understood.
All right. So Keksi, you are vaguely aware of these guys. You start flipping through your book as they're having this sort of conversation. I assume that they're like sitting. Well, Kaioken's doing his slow stretches, as Therai is likely has his own book open as he's preparing his own spells and going through his morning rituals, and you are opening your battle tome. You're going to flip through.
Yep.
Are you looking for like the map that you were at before, or what are you looking for specifically?
I just didn't know if there was anything else that I needed to read, or also I did want to try to re-establish a connection with General Gaeta.
Okay. So you flip open to the page that where you remember initially was him pleading for help. And that was being written in like Tom Riddle style, right?
Yes.
And you open it back up, The ink is still there from the conversation that you had previous. You open it up, you begin reading over it again, just sort of refreshing yourself with it, and it starts scribbling more. Please do not shut this book. I have limited use in my ability to communicate. I am on the Prime Realm. If you have this book, it means you are my successor. The war is not what it seems. You can free me and we can undo this, whoever you are.
Can I like touch his words with my hand, like my fingers, as like try to trace along, see if anything happens?
The ink still feels wet, but when you pull your finger up, it's not there.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out a way that I can communicate back instead of just being a one-way connection. If there's like anything that I could do to.
What would you do?
I originally like after like that. Is there any like open space on the page, or is it like as it goes? It's like it stays there, right? The ink stays.
Yeah, it definitely is filling up like the page. It's not like huge big block letters, but it is all caps, if you will, filling up the page like on the way down.
Okay. In the space under where he just wrote, I just want to try and take my fingernail and try to do like just trace an impression of like, can you read this?
So you wanna basically make an indentation. Can you read this?
Yeah.
You
See if
you get nothing back.
I'm gonna speak to it. Can you hear me at all?
No response.
Yeah, what's up?
Oh, does anyone have a pen, quill, writing utensil?
A piece of charcoal.
I could try it.
Sure, here you go.
I would take the piece of charcoal and just try to like, with my fingernail, like kind of create a little point and see if I can write in the book if anything happens.
What do you write?
This is the adamantine evil, Andrew. I will go downstairs and see if they have a pen.
Okay, thank you. In the meantime, I'll try this piece of charcoal. I'm just going to write, can you read this?
Yes. Instantly back. What is your name?
Keksi.
Keksi. The guard? Question mark.
Yes. And as I'm writing this is.
I am trapped inside of a bottle. I do not know where. I am in someone's house.
Anything about the person that trapped you?
Your page is about halfway full.
I'm gonna start writing really, really small.
As you do that, or as you ask, one word comes back: hag.
Hag. One word. Location? Question mark.
Unknown.
BRB.
You see what comes back. GR LAIR unknown. So UNKWN FST.
So we're
He's abbreviated. Yeah, you guys you're starting to.
Okay, cool.
It's you're on the bottom half of it, but he's catching on to what you're doing and has abbreviated it as small as he can to pass the the note. 1 PGLFT.
Oh, 1 page left. Okay. I'm gonna close the book. I don't want to write anything else yet because I want to try and get more information around the area. If there's any tags, the GRLAIR.
That's what it says.
Okay.
What are you writing?
Thank
Whoa.
you so much for this, and I hand it back to Masenko.
Yeah. You're welcome. You can keep it if you want.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's just
Okay.
jarble.
Okay.
Deus, you had just told them that you wanted more sleep, and they're being they're
I'm on the Feywilds, am I?
no. You just told them that you needed more sleep and that you wanted 5 more minutes, and they've begun talking, and you're vaguely aware as you're trying to put yourself back into sleep mode of the conversations that Therai and Kaioken had, and now I assume you would kind of become more aware when Keksi starts like excitedly like, I need charcoal, and then this whole thing. You're not gonna be able to get back to sleep, but you're doing that thing that kids do where they're like,
if I'm awake, I'd also want a pen.
okay, are you asking that, or are you just like,
Yeah,
want, is that just what you're feeling?
If she said that, doesn't she call for a pen?
Yeah.
Charcoal.
I know, but she still called for one.
Therai is going down to go get one.
Yes, she did call for one.
Like, at that point, if I was still awake, I'm like, can I get a pen as well?
Yeah, they're downstairs with Therai, I think. Maybe they'll sell that to you down there too. I don't know. I don't think
you guys are getting what I'm saying. I'm just gonna leave, and I guess go down to with Therai.
Sure. We're not
So wait, hold on a sec. So you ask for a pen and pencil or a pen and parchment. He says they sell them downstairs, and that's where Therai went. And then you said, and you walked downstairs.
So again, if I'm awake when
Dude,
she asks for a pen,
I get that 100%. That's
right?
what I'm saying. Yes, and what you got in response when you said I want a pen too is Kaioken going. Therai went downstairs. That's where they sell them.
Okay, then I'm going downstairs.
Okay. So we're gonna. Deus gets up, naked as the sunlight, and goes downstairs. Keksi and Kaioken, you two are up in the room still. What were you going to say?
What position is Kaioken in right now in his routine?
Well, if
a baby
probably
freeze,
doing like a weird like handstand push up, and I'm trying to like get one arm off to like start reaching out while the legs going the other way.
I'm gonna like maneuver to like show him my battle tome, whatever. Like I have to turn it upside down. Like the general, the person that I'm supposed to be replacing is trapped, and I found out that I can communicate with him on this page, and you see like all of the text, and then it starts to be jumbled into small little like
It's
tiny
strange.
abbreviations.
Different fonts. That's interesting. So wait, the book is talking back to you, correct?
Yes, and I didn't know that I could communicate back, which thank you for this charcoal now that I know.
Well, we should get you a pen because you could probably write smaller than, you know.
Definitely.
Why do you have this? Where'd this come from?
This was given to me by Aurelian. He's from the Spring Court. But here's the thing. The whole war situation is odd on its own with this all happening. And General Gaeta, he basically just told me that the war is not what it seems. There's something else going on. But I only have 1 page left to talk to him, and I need to figure out where he is, how I can get him out, how we can stop the war.
Well, let's start with what you know. What is GR liar? Unknown FST. What does that mean?
That's a good question.
I understand the one PG left,
Yes.
but GR, do you know anyone's initials that start with G and R? Or is it great response, you liar?
Oh, I may have spelled that wrong. Lair, not Liar.
Layer.
Oh.
I'm dyslexic, so I probably.
Yeah, I thought it was liar. L-A. Okay.
Liar.
Lair.
Okay, layer. GR layer.
He said he's stuck in a bottle. There's a hag, but he doesn't know where. But can I do like a roll to see if I understand what GR layer is?
Great reproach. Great
Let's
reach.
see.
Is there? Yeah. Is there any?
The epitome of evil.
Oh, you're back. Holy fuck! You found a pen then, huh?
Touche.
So, let's see. What were you saying, Kaioken?
Is there anywhere in the map that's like starts with a G or an R? Like if there's a 2-word area, like I'm thinking it might be like some some comp, like you know how we do different states. Like if there's a different
Gotcha.
region, that's like R.
Very nice, very nice.
But
I don't believe so. And when I say that, I mean no. Not that you guys would know much about anything west of Koran, because literally nobody has, or I mean, east of Koran, literally nobody has been there in this party.
Yeah, we just went north and south mainly.
Right. But if you want, you can roll me an investigation check. If you guys are doing this together, one of you can do it at advantage. Or I guess if you guys want to, you guys can both do it separately.
Well, I know my investigation is not great.
I think that's pretty much both of you.
Yeah, mine's a barely in the positive, we'll say that.
Mine is not.
So, Kaioken, do you want to do it at advantage? Give you guys the best odds?
Mm-hmm.
You want me to do it?
Yes,
Okay.
please.
One. Nat 20.
Fuck off.
Oh,
Okay.
hell
Are you gonna do it again?
yeah.
All right, so 7. I meant disadvantage. No, I'm kidding.
I was going to say, it kind of sounds like disadvantage.
Give me an no, this would be kind of natural. It's hard to justify. Give me a nature check. Fuck it. Let's do it.
Bonk. Ooh, 10.
What kind of hags do you know about?
Now, I would think the ones that we had probably...
Wait. Here's the thing. Kaioken is of the forest. He's druidic as fuck, right? He also knows quite a bit about the Fae. Like, Fae creatures, Fae beings that are around there. I think you can, besides night hags, I think you can imagine that your knowledge and Kaioken's are pretty much 1-to-1.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you know about hags? Mine is night hags.
I would think it would be some sort of forest hag or swamp hag.
What hags live in forests?
Green ones, I think.
Granny greens. Green grannies.
Gray.
I don't remember all that.
I don't remember all that.
I remember what they look like from the book, like, but I don't like remember
So as
their
far
names.
as your investigation gets you, that's as far as you can get. What types of hags live in the forest?
Green rag lady, I don't know. Green rag layer.
What does he do?
So, anything else you guys want to do before I cut to Deus and Therai?
I think that I'm probably at some point today going to maybe see if there's anyone within the city that might have more knowledge on hags. If you know of anything, because I feel like you're a little bit more familiar than I am around here, but
there's some familiar streets from way long ago, but I get lost in this city. Like I've got a few landmarks.
okay.
But I do know I don't know if he has a son or anything, but one of the founders, Greymane, he was a great man. He knew a lot about everything. He was like
Okay.
the go-to guy for information. Maybe we could check out his estate for, maybe he's got some family. They would be really good to talk to for me if there is.
Okay.
He would have some books. Maybe we could
Ooh.
get in there somehow.
Okay. That's probably what we'll cut it there. If you
Before we do, now is that time to do that thing that you wanted to do, Dan. So I will cut back to you guys. Get that ready for what you wanted to do, you and Keksi. This is probably your best shot. So
I will show you my cut.
But I'll cut back to you guys so you can do that. Therai,
Yes, sir.
you're going downstairs. As you go downstairs, it's not super busy. There's a good amount of patrons in here. Like a Denny's in the morning. You know what I mean? It's not slammed, but there's a good amount of folks here that are
to be considered a crowd.
Yeah,
but not enough to be peak capacity.
Right. As you hit down the second stairwell down to the first floor, there behind the bar is a redheaded woman who is tending, wearing like a sleeveless vest that's buttoned up and a half apron, some breeches, hose, and shoes as she's walking around taking orders, tending the bar. There's probably about 3 or 4 servers that are walking around taking orders, and there's a door where the kitchen goes back beyond. You see the big massive mainstay where they have the giant circular anvil that is impressed into the floor, tables and so on and so forth. The morning light is kind of creeping through one wall, but not the front door. But what do you want to do?
Therai is going to approach the woman. Excuse me, ma'am.
What can I do for you?
I need 4 writing utensils and parchment, please.
Is that for you to keep, or are you giving it back?
How long can I keep it before I give it back?
Well, if you walk out the door with it, I'll break your knees.
We will be buying it.
Perfect. Oh, we'll call it 3 silver. Why not? And you give her the silver. She slides over a slim stack of like, it's not full sheets of parchment, it's receipt paper.
Yeah.
And like it's, a couple inches thick, longer. And 4 pens. They're like what it's called, are they ink pens? No. What are they called? The ones where you it has that little lever that shoots ink out. A fountain pen. That's it. It's a fountain pen.
Oh, yeah.
Very, very nice. She's like, all right. Are you eating? Are you drinking? Are you staying another night? I mean, you're already here.
Can we reserve the same room and no later? Not like at evening, but probably an hour or 2. We might know more.
Well, your check-in is midday, or your checkout is midday. If you're in longer than that, you'll be charged extra, or you can buy another night.
How much is another night?
What did I say? It was like 2 gold per person, so 8 gold.
Let me go get the coin purse.
You have plenty of time. It's the morning.
What is for breakfast, if I might be so?
Same thing as for breakfast every morning. A single sausage, 2 biscuits, and some gravy.
Oh, that does sound delicious. How much for 4 plates of that brought to the room?
4 silver.
How many silvers in the gold?
10.
10.
Is it okay? I made change.
He's gonna slide. He's going to slide over 6 silver. Keep the change, please.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. At the same time, Deus, you're walking down as Therai is having this exchange.
He just goes up behind Therai, I guess.
Okay. Therai, Deus comes down behind you, and he stands behind you.
Can you bring some water with us as well? Oh, Deus, it is
He's
good
not.
to see you.
He's in his undergarment. He's not actually naked.
I kind of figured he's not like he's got long johns or something on. At least.
I like your wang.
Big wang. It is. Oh, go ahead.
I'm looking to get one of those pens and possibly some parchment.
Therai is going to hand all of the writing supplies over. I am having food brought up, well, but I will. If you want to bring these up, I will bring the food up as soon as it's out.
He kind of stares at all of them, like nods and head back upstairs.
All right. So you head back upstairs. Therai, I assume you'll just take a seat by the bar.
Yeah, Therai's just gonna wait until the food
until the
comes
food's
out.
ready. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Deus, you get back up to the top of the stairs. Are you going into the room, or are you doing anything before you go actually into the room?
No, I'll go back into the room.
Cool. So the Keksi, Kaioken, you guys, like Deus leaves, you guys have your conversation. What would you like to do until he gets back?
Keksi, so Deus and I met this woman last night. And I'm surprised she's still alive. She looks very similar. But she's
a woman that you've known from the past?
Yeah. Like she was a fortune teller. Everyone kind of thought it was a hoax back then, but some of the things that some of my party members found out came to be true. And I spoke with her last night, and it gave me great hope for my predicament. And I just want you to know that I feel this affinity that we have towards each other, where it's easy to trust you. It's easy to know what your actions will be, and it's been a long time since I felt that way, because coming back into the world, not knowing anything, you have been the most familiar thing to me in the last few months. And I want you to know that I will fight for that. I will help you. And I'll keep you alive, because I can't lose you, Keksi. So let's go talk to Greymane, or let's find this woman. She's pretty nefarious for being aloof, so it's kind of a shot in the dark to find her.
Okay. Before we do, thank you. I know that I had thanked you right after you guys brought me back, but I don't know what all that Grimtooth, I don't know what your history is with him, but it seemed like it was strained. Yeah. And I don't know what you guys had to sacrifice or agree to bring me back. But no, it's something that I will never, ever forget. And I myself feel indebted in a good way to you and to the rest of the party. And I'm here to stand by your side as well.
Well, you owe nothing to me except for continuing and breathing. So just know that there's no physical debt that needs to be paid. I appreciate you, and I want to continue on this path that we're on.
Okay. I would love. Does Keksi know that? Well, maybe Keksi doesn't know. Keksi doesn't know what Kaioken's end goal is about his family, right?
I did mention.
Yeah, he
Soon,
said that they have his family. He said he
yeah,
has
that
said
they
those
have my
words
family,
before.
and I have mentioned I was part of the Breakers.
Okay, I just wasn't sure
Honor being gone, so it was a while ago. But
because I remember you had a one-on-one conversation with Gerald, whoever, about your family, back at the pen.
yeah, that was tribute. But
Tribute. Sorry, there you go. Same. They're all the same to me. Anyways, but I didn't know if Keksi was
Racist.
I didn't know if Keksi was aware of
I
what.
know Keksi's racist.
Okay, so since Keksi would be aware that you have a family that you're trying to get back to, I think it would be a wonderful thing I would love to be a part of you being able to reunite with your family, and hopefully we can all assist each other and trying to reach our goals here.
yeah, I feel like we're treading on a blade. So I know you don't remember this, but when you were unconscious, Deus said that he saw a spectral hand pulling a barbed garrote around your neck, and the hand had the brand of one of the Black Veil emblems.
Keksi, make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh shit.
Ooh.
Oh no, that's a 3.
You, as he's bringing this up, you feel fear, like a supernatural fear, clutch around you. This isn't like your normal phobia happening. You, with that roll, are going to have disadvantage on dexterity checks and saving throws until I have you make the save again.
My face goes gaunt. And
you begin to shake. There's a
hail.
tremor.
In between one-handed push-ups, I'm like, whoa, 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 and I like get to my knees and like, what's happening? Do you feel okay?
No.
Can you breathe? Okay,
I can breathe, but I don't feel okay. When I was dead, I wasn't like gone, obviously.
No, Therai cast some magic that I could feel your pulse completely stop. And then there was a light and your pulse came back like nothing happened.
Yeah.
I think he called it a death ward. And after that moment, I made sure that the group made haste to Koran to find an ailment. And I'm not sure if we should have gone to Grimtooth, but we're out of one fire into the next, because we have less than 24 hours to agree to help him annihilate the Black Veil, which has my family. As far as I am aware, a man could have lied to me. Tribute. He was a blue tiefling with a gem set in his forehead. He showed me my family once,
Just once,
and they reached out to me like they could see me, like a planar gate. And I don't know if that was even real or if what he said, because he talked to me at that town. I can't fucking remember its name, but he told me that he wasn't the one calling the shots, that it was Corinth. That Corinth was the head honcho of the Black Veil, and I don't know if the Black Veil, if they get annihilated, that means my family is lost in time, lost forever, because I don't know what to do.
Okay.
But now I'm in deeper water now, and I don't know what path to start paddling to.
Okay.
At this point, Deus, you open the door, walk in, as you guys are having this conversation.
I acknowledge, Deus, and I kind of like put my hand on Kaioken's shoulder. Like, I don't believe the Black Veil really has any true, honest intentions for humanity. What I witnessed when I was in the state that I was in and what had happened to me is something that I hope I never have to relive again. And if they do have your family, or they're holding them prisoner, or they know where they are, or whatever the case may be. It's something that we definitely need to tread lightly with. Because I don't think that they would hesitate at any moment to harm them.
I agree.
We can continue further conversations at another time.
Okay.
Did you find your pen, Deus?
Oh. Yes. He kind of just has his arms full of the parchment and multiple pens. He puts it on the closest bed.
Is it okay if I snag one from you?
Not mine. I guess they're all of ours.
Oh,
As he
okay.
takes one of the pens and grabs one of the parchments himself and goes to wherever designated his bed is, and just like sits there and kind of thinks about what he's gonna write.
I'm just gonna shove the pen in my person, wherever I can put it, either if it can fit in the tome or wherever,
Sure.
and then I don't want to lose it.
Okay. Therai. 10 minutes has gone by. They come out, 4 plates. 4 ceramic plates of 2 biscuits, 1 sausage, and gravy around the outside. It resembles a penis.
Oh, delicious.
And she goes, "There you go, hon. Don't forget to bring your dirty dishes back down as a courtesy to the staff."
I will bring them down when I leave. Do not. Thank you so much for this.
Of course. Thank you for flying with the adamantine anvil. No, I'm kidding. She just.
Please turn off all electronic devices before going upstairs.
She goes, thank you very much. We appreciate your patronage. And then you head back up. You're carrying these 4 plates. You make it to the top. You've got 2 plates in one hand, 2 plates in another hand.
I'm just gonna the main reason why they have swivel doors for a kitchen, I'm going to turn around and then back knock the back of my head against the door.
Butt up. Good.
Yep.
I have brought breakfast. Please open the door.
Keksi jumps up and runs to the door. I open
and
it.
then Therai is
So
going to
you guys all get some breakfast, courtesy of Therai.
Thank you so much.
Ooh, this looks good.
Yeah. I just pop a squat on the floor.
Yeah.
Therai is going to eat one of the biscuits and a little bit of the sausage and then leave the rest of it there. I have some business to take care of. If you would not mind bringing the plate downstairs, we do need to check out by noon.
Oh,
Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
There are a couple.
Or go ahead.
What was
No,
that?
you.
Are we gonna stay here another night? This isn't bad, especially for us.
They were asking that. We need to let them know by afternoon. So
I would be
I
fine
was
with staying
thinking-
again.
you guys would know better than I. I have something to take care of, and then I will be back. I think afterwards it might be wise for us to visit that one mage and talk with.
Oh yeah, we have to talk to him by I think 7 o'clock tonight. Otherwise, he's gonna be mad, or I don't know.
I would rather not anger
Yeah.
powers such as.
I know there's a couple places that I wanted to go to
Pull
also.
up a ticket. Like I'm gonna probably go pick up that stuff at some point. I think he said 11 or noon. The Jeremy Jordan ticket for the Iron Golem.
Well, if you do not mind.
Did we talk about this last session? I can't
Nope.
remember. Oh.
Nope.
Kaioken. I mean,
Yeah.
Masenko.
Yeah.
Real quick, before you guys do that, Deus, have you thought about what you're going to write down on the parchment?
It's probably gonna take him a bit.
Okay.
Because he's gonna write down like what we talked about last night. So I gotta I had to get those words for just in case.
Gotcha. Okay. Well then, never mind. Please, Keksi, continue.
So about picking up our items, it may be a tad bit awkward. So Therai and I were out and we found the dwarves. We gave them back their cart. You know, they gave us all this money. Ching, 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 ching.
Oh, you saw dwarves.
Yeah. And hopefully,
did
you know,
not-
we'll know where they'll be so we can go back and you can meet them. But the thing here is that they were talking about Mithril, and I was like, oh.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. You guys did actually tell him briefly
You did?
about it.
Okay, good.
Because Kaioken immediately was like, oh, we had to get a little hasty in there.
That's right. Okay, never mind.
Yep,
Renege
sorry.
all that.
So, yeah, you guys, I can assume that you guys like drum it back up a little bit as you bring up the thing, and it's like, oh, yeah, about that. So, sorry.
I can, if it's not too late, maybe I can go reason with them. I'm a little familiar with dwarves, but they are kind of, how do you say this? Volatile at times. So
Yeah, they looked like they were pretty ready to just go at that moment's notice to their. So they probably already have done what they have decided to do.
damage is already done.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully we can still get our things. If not, I can try and help him with his hands because I'm sure they're broken.
Oh,
They are dwarves. They might result to violence, but I feel like possibly worse. As long as Jeremy was honest, and as far as I have dealt with, he is an honest. As long as he tells him it was sold to him, and makes up a description as we did last night.
you did.
Oh, no, I did not make a description. Oh wait, no, I
You
didn't.
told his name.
You made up a description of Quinn to the cops,
Yeah.
not of Jeremy
No,
to the
Therai
dwarves,
is-
but you did
Therai
say
is now
Jeremy,
realized
the owner of
Yeah, you
As
gave
long
his
as-
name and business
social
You
security number.
spilled all the beans.
with a deception roll.
I was not the one who brought up the adamant. Either way,
Where we are right now.
perhaps if we all meet there in the next, let's say 2 hours, you guys decide if you want to stay here. I have some business to take care of in the dock side. Perhaps I can heal a few people and do my good deed for the day, and then we can meet up at Jeremy's place. If his hands are broken, I am sure he will learn to keep his mouth shut when I heal them.
I think that maybe he wasn't the one that was blabbing, though. I think that was you.
It's a great mystery. We'll probably never solve how they.
You know,
found
it was quite funny. I remember this female voice going,
No, I heard about adamantine. Oh yeah, it's right down here at the dock.
No,
So-
no,
Where
I
are
heard.
you?
I said. I said we heard about. I said we heard about it recently. I said yes, we've heard about that. And then Therai goes, yeah. Jeremy over at Bloody blah 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 is the one that dabba dabba da. And they went, oh, we know where we're going next.
Is that what she sounds like to you?
Listen,
To me, at the end, I just always hear a little bah.
Therai is now going to awkwardly stare
That is awesome.
at Deus before going.
That's just sitting
No,
there.
I
with,
am
like,
just-
piece of paper. Just,
It's just not her native tongue, Deus. I can understand her just fine.
It is no.
I
it
like
is-
stomp my hoof. Like
This is
it is not
bullshit.
that.
Oh, she's gonna start
I have-
strutting. Watch out! She
I
might
have
might
not
ram you.
kidding, she has those.
For nearly 100 years, I did not speak as I read. So, mimicry is perhaps not one of my best performances.
neither is keeping a secret.
I was not the one who talked about adamantine.
So
Either way-
for my own planning purposes, Therai is going to go to the dock side. He's going to go to the dock side. You are correct. And
In front of the Embers.
They have.
Are the three of you guys going to go together wherever you guys end up going, or is anybody going to break off and go their own route?
How about we do a quick little what we want to do, and then we can see if anyone wants to like pair off.
I'll give you
or
guys.
whatever the case
I'll give
is.
you guys a couple of minutes. Talk to caller, and I will be right back.
Okay.
I mean, the only
Kyle.
thing I really care about is seeing if we can still get our equipment from the blacksmith that was doomed.
Perfect. Okay, so you definitely want to go to the hammer and clang. Is that what it was, or is that the?
Yeah, and then he's probably gonna ask for money.
Hammer was the.
He hasn't had money, and
Okay.
he's trying to exchange things for services, and I feel like it's gonna get him in trouble. So he's probably also gonna ask for money just that he can have.
Okay.
But he'll probably only ask for silver.
Well, if you ask for money, I'm sure I can give you some. We're not in game right now. We're talking about.
Deus,
understand.
Therai has 4 gold that he's not going to use. Now that he's in town, he might use one of them. But
He gave me 155 gold last night, so I want to in game figure out
That's
like
the
how
party
we want to
gold.
split things up. So okay, so that's party gold.
I also don't know how
good.
much money the dwarves gave us, so
It sounds silly, but I need money that I can give away.
I need healing.
It's like I don't need much money.
Okay, so
I need to do the paladin thing and like give to the poor and shit like that.
So you definitely want to go to get our equipment, and you also want to go around and give some money away.
Yeah. I mean, right now I just need some money that when role play happens, I have it.
Okay. I just want to we can work it in and all that.
I don't
Daniel,
have to literally go out and do stuff right now. It's just the blacksmith.
Okay. Daniel, what do you want to do?
I wanted to go check on the stuff, and then I wanted to just procure another night since we know we aren't allowed to leave the city tonight. Then do that, and then check on the stuff, and then maybe go to the Bang and Clang.
Bang and Clang.
Yeah.
And that was
Hammer and Clang.
General.
Yeah, the hammer and Clang was the general store kind of thing. That's where the elephant is. We're correct.
That's where I wanted to go.
Okay, cool. Perfect.
I'm sure I've seen all the torches and all the feed and stuff that you got, but there's a couple other items.
He actually brought it up.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I know I want to go to that fortune teller.
Mm-hmm. And I'll try and lead her where we saw her the night before. No chances that there's whatever.
Deus, do you want to come along with Masenko and myself? It seems like we have. It seems like Therai also wanted to go and pick up our equipment as well. So when he returns, we can all go do that together.
Yeah.
But in the meantime,
Therai is going to like help people if that's what you needed the money for.
Yeah. No, Therai is only going to need 1 gold, which he's going to turn into silver for himself to give out to people. He's going to be doing some healing. He has his own errand to run, and then more or less, I want to convey that Therai is more or less saying like, why don't we meet up at the shop in 2 hours? If the guy needs healing, we can help him with the healing.
Okay.
And then help. Like worst comes to worst, Therai is thinking of it like this: if the dwarfs did hurt him, Therai could heal him up and then offer his, like the guy as long as he doesn't know, hey, red tiefling,
we got it.
Sold you out.
Okay,
we got it.
We've got all that. Okay. The thing is does Kyle want to go with Therai to go heal and do that fun stuff?
No.
Or does he want to? Perfect. Okay, you're gonna come with me and Masenko.
Like I said, the healing and stuff I'm talking about is purely when roleplay happens. I want the option to do it.
Okay.
I'm not really seeking it out right now.
Perfect. Then I think what we should do is Therai goes off and does his own thing. Let's go hit the hammer and clang, see if we can find the fortune teller along the way, then meet up, do the equipment.
All right. If
Does
that
everyone
is
agree with that? And we can fit in the little pieces that Deus wants to do along the way. If
okay.
roleplay is in it.
All right.
Everybody?
I'm gonna go fight something. That's what I want to do.
Okay, as long as everyone's
Be
okay with
careful
that. If you
about
have
what
any
you ask for.
if you have any objections, just say so.
I have so here's all this gold, and I just kind of like dump it out on the floor and start like pushing it to different directions.
Well, hold on. I have a big old bag here too.
Oh,
I don't know how much is in it, but it came from the dwarves, so and it feels pretty heavy. I'm gonna open it.
Okay.
Ryan,
When he dumps out the
grabbing
gold, I just want to do the whole. My foot comes out and like stomps on a gold.
The uncle with the
I
birthday
just
card or whatever.
Kind of look at everyone else.
with that,
Deus,
Therai
do you
is
need
going
some
to.
money?
Okay, one sec. What is Therai doing? Is he leaving right now?
I thought you already left.
Therai is grabbing his Therai is like putting his book like. I'm imagining that he has a jacket and then he has a like slot for the book right inside the jacket, and then like picking up his bag. I will take. I will leave the horse here for now. It sounds like we are staying here for another night. I will leave the horses here. If you need her, her name is Luna. Give her a little bit of feed, and she should be well enough trained to follow you.
Okay. Therai grabs his stuff,
Therai
heads out. The three of you remaining behind. Kaioken is talking about separating out the gold so everybody has equal shares, it sounds like.
yes.
At the same time that Keksi says, hey, I have this gold bag. Are you going to count it out, or are you going to be like, I have money too?
I definitely want to know how much is in it, so I'd count it out.
All right. It's about 63 gold.
That's it? That's all they gave me?
That's it.
Okay.
In total, we have.
Would have been a lot more had they had their, their mithril.
Here we go.
In total, we have exactly 200 gold.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Divide that by however much, if you get whatever you guys want to. If you just want to divide it between the three of you, or whatever.
So you all want to have a fifth or sixth pile of gold for party fund. I don't know if Xixis coming back.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Like, even if it's just for like general supplies, if someone has to go out and get something or whatever the case may be.
Okay, so let's divide it by 5 because I think Therai is a pretty cool guy, and he seems like his skill set matches what we need. He doesn't seem like he's a bad guy, so that's good.
No, he just talks too much sometimes.
So everyone should get 40 gold, including the group fund of 40.
Who is doing? Is anyone taking like account of group money?
Whoever wants to do it.
I would recommend not, because
it could get confusing.
Because last time with the whole inventory thing that we talked about already, maybe we should try to lean away from communal inventory and gold keeping. It gets sloppy, and just in case Deus doesn't give his gold to somebody else or what have you, you know what I mean? I don't want to get into that whole thing again. So everybody add the 40 gold to your gold that is your bidding.
Okay.
So
40
I get 80 gold then, or is
sure?
Yeah.
Since Xixis isn't here to take his.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm putting this down to.
I have no problem with that.
This is like 400 silver. How do we get so rich?
It's a lot.
I think
adventuring, my boy.
Do you have a safe place to put it, Deus?
He pulls out his alms box and he puts it in his alms box.
There you go. Good.
But this is supposed to be for the poor.
I will pay for the next couple of nights, or the next night. So that's 8 gold.
What's going on?
Did everyone, before we go, did everyone finish their food? We can bring down plates.
Oh, there was one more thing. It makes it weird that so there's something I've been carrying along that I think I need to let you guys all know. I'm pretty sure it's friendly. As I pull out the jug with Jelly Belly, who has not been fed in 4 days, and with the leftover food from Therai's plate, I just kind of like put him on his side and then like push stuff into the bottle
Keksi gets really close just to like examine it and see what
know
it
that
is.
he is acidic in nature, so I don't want to dump him on the like I'm assuming wood floor.
Yeah.
Yep. Let's
I want
see.
to just like one see if he's actually still alive because he was getting really big at one point, and I told him no, it's time to go on a diet, and then I forgot about him.
So, Jelly Belly has not grown. The moment that you take that thing, go boom, you see he starts to crawl out as you're like shoveling food in. It's almost
try to
acting
stop
as
him
like a
with biscuits.
stopper. He's and you see like you guys would see this sideways jug as this essentially black fluid is like splashing its way against the front end, trying to escape as you're jamming the little bits of food that are left over from whatever wasn't eaten.
Oh gosh.
Oh, calm down, Jelly.
Make
Come
me
on,
an
it's
animal
okay.
handling check at disadvantage.
Ooh.
15.
Okay. You're a little nervous about it, right? As like you know what you guys had to go through to get him.
Mm-hmm.
And before you were feeding him all sorts of animal parts and all sorts of meats and whatnot, and then you threw all that meat off of the back of the wagon on the way there. But you haven't. Hey man, hungry things get desperate sometimes. So you don't even feel safe enough to like see if he's gonna listen to you, as you're like shove it in and then cork it real fast because you don't get a good vibe. We'll say. As voracious as he is.
So this is Jelly Belly. He's very upset. I made great progress with him on the road, but I kind of forgot about feeding him after Keksi kind of wasn't awake, and I think he could be really useful. It is kind of a risky creature to keep, but so far nothing bad has happened.
Oh, well, thanks for letting us know.
Kaioken's story of the corpse flower that he told you guys on the first night drums up memories. No, I'm kidding.
Nothing bad happened with that.
But
someone took it. I don't know where it is.
So anything else you guys want to do before you guys shove off and head out?
Is Deus done writing down his stuff?
He's barely started it. He just kind of rolls it up. It's something he's gonna be working on for a while.
Okay. I just didn't want to interrupt you while you look like you were pretty busy and.
No, he even like looks up like he welcomes the distraction.
Okay, cool. Are you?
He looks like when he's writing on it, he looks like he's thinking more than he's writing.
Yeah. Are you ready to go?
Yeah. So he kind of rolls it up and stuffs it like under his. Well, I guess he actually just rolls it up and starts putting on his armor.
Okay.
So we'll give you a minute to get your armor while I go downstairs, and I'll pay for another night for all of us and bring the plates down.
It'll take me exactly 10.
Okay, I'll take my time.
All right. 10 minutes elapses. Keksi goes down, brings down the dishes, pays for the stuff, comes back up. You guys all suit up, boot up, Avengers style montage of gauntlets going on and twisting and bat nipples and all that stuff as you guys make your way out. You're heading to Hammer and Clang?
Yes.
Okay. So, Hammer and Clang is relatively close. It takes you guys about 20 minutes, but as you guys are outside... Actually, as you guys come down, Deus, I need you to make me a perception check at disadvantage because you do have that exhaustion level.
I have disadvantage on Dex.
Yes.
Okay, I started to write down and I got... Okay.
Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Which one am I doing? Perception?
Perception at disadvantage, please.
Yeah, fuck you. Oh.
Jesus Christ. How many is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? I got 5 on my screen.
It was a 12 and a natty 1.
Okay. You're distracted by the things that you are trying to figure out and trying to put to pen. As you guys approach out, you are on the street. you guys wanna start heading? Do you guys want to take Luna the horse with you, or do you want to leave her tied up?
Would we believe that it'd be? I mean, Therai seemed like he was okay with it being safe here, staying here.
Okay.
Yeah, I would just leave her.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know what to do now. Deus, should we leave Luna here?
The dumb one. Yes, she'll be fine.
Keksi's gonna pop her head into whoever's at the front of and just inquire, like, is it okay if our horse stays here? Do I need to pay extra, or?
I don't really care if your horse stays here or not. It's fine. She's tied up out front. Of course, the adamantine anvil does not accept responsibility for any livestock or horses that are tied up to the front. Leave at your own risk. But I mean, it's the adamantine anvil. Who's gonna steal a horse from out front?
She looks back at the sign that has all the writing on it, and the death, and then jail, and I'm like,
as Deus mounts his war horse, he says, "You gotta believe in the goodness of people sometimes."
As he doesn't leave his horse there.
I don't mind bringing Luna with us. I try to coax her along with us.
Give me animal handling.
Oh,
I assist her.
Sure, at advantage.
Perfect. Oh, good, because
You got this. Yeah, just don't sneak up behind him and go like
Okay.
that. Don't do that.
I don't think she likes me because I also have hooves. She doesn't understand what I am.
I'm gonna speak to my horse real quick.
Is it a human? Is it a horse? I don't know.
One sec. I'm trying to hear this. What? Go ahead, Deus.
Oh, okay. Do you happen to have a name, or am I supposed to name you?
I am Steed.
Steve.
I don't know, man. I'm a magical body of celestial origin.
All right, Origin. That's your name.
Thanks.
You named it Steed a long time ago, but I don't remember. Or maybe it was kill him, don't kill him.
Nice. Thank you.
Thanks for not being able to poop.
Hey, man. Magic is weird, I guess. Yep. You want me to do anything, or?
No. I think we're we're going about town today.
All right. So with that, you guys want to head over to Hammer and Clang?
Yeah. Am I able to get Luna to come with us?
Luna is going to be fighting you the entire way.
I look at Kaioken. Do we have any of that hay that Therai said to give her? I don't know if he left. I don't think he left any.
I think he did mention, so I think he would have left.
Yeah, he mentioned it, but I just don't know. I didn't see him put it down anywhere. But I also don't think that he'd be carrying a bunch of hay on him.
Yeah.
He did get 20 days worth of feed.
Exactly. I think
A lot of.
maybe there's some up in the room.
Yeah, it used to be in the cart, and then it was in a crate.
It was on the. She would have seen. He put it on her saddle, on Luna's saddle.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay, I'll reach into her saddlebag and like.
Okay.
Get her
Go ahead and make me another animal handling check at advantage, because I assume that at this point, yeah, Kaioken's going to be helping.
That's better. That's better. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The 12. It's enough for her to listen. She's trained, right? This is a trained horse. She knows what to do.
Yeah, she's just bonded with Therai.
Well, also, you're used to fey creatures, not so much regular prime creatures. But you guys begin to move slowly but surely, making your way through the town. As you do that, Well, that's not what I wanted to do. That's the wrong one. This is the correct one. Hiya. Okay.
Keksi's still very excited about the city and just kind of gushes to Masenko about the conversations that they had, that her and Therai had with the owner of the shop.
Yeah.
And the story that he told.
Kaioken's like, kind of like blustered, like, oh wow, that sounds amazing. Whoa, cool. What a great group of people. I bet those breakers, they're mighty warriors.
So, you guys make it to Hammer and Clang, and you guys go inside of Hammer and Clang. Inside, just as before, there's like shopping, like grocery store, like aisles that are spread out super wide. As you guys leave the noise and hustle and bustle of the city outside, you enter into this place, and behind the desk you see this Loxodon, rather big, blustery elephant humanoid, kind of sitting down on a bench, kind of like doing a little old man nod off. And as you guys open up a little bell, ding, ling, 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 and he goes, hello, welcome to Hammer and Clang. Oh, Keksi,
Good morning.
so nice to meet you again. Sorry, I was taking a nap.
You're fine. I brought friends.
Well, hello. I have everything you need for your mundane needs. I do a bit of smithing and a bit of repair as well. Come in, have a seat, or shop around. Anything you want.
I look to Masenko to lead.
Good morning, sir. I have a few things I'd like to acquire. Do you have rations?
Yes.
Do you have oil?
Yes.
Do you have ball bearings?
Yes.
Do you have caltrops?
No, but I can make them.
Okay, how much would that cost?
What is it like? What's the
one gold piece for 20, I think.
All right, we're gonna find out. To make them from scratch, bag of 20. Hold on to your butts. 1 gold piece for 20 indeed. Is not what he says. He says, well, because it'll be made special order. 25 gold. No, 3 gold pieces.
Okay.
Rations are exactly what they show in the player's handbook, as well as everything else that I have in stock.
Then can I get 4 rations, 2 gold?
Of course.
And then ball bearings, just 1 set of ball bearings.
1 bag of ball bearings. Perfect.
Torches, I think, are 10 copper. 1 copper a piece. So I'm gonna get 10 of them.
All right, torches. 10 torches. Okay. Would you like a backpack?
I have a backpack, but I was wondering if you could do leather work. I need a new bag for like a small pouch on the side of my hip that I can like get things out of. Maybe like with some sort of fast zipper or some sort of locking mechanism. I lost my pouch. And I just got a bunch of loose knickknacks in it now.
Well, I got some pouches over there that some people use for components for, their alchemical needs or for their...
Yes. Could I buy 1 component pouch?
Of course. And you see the component pouch here is actually, it's like is that camel skin? It's got it looks like a miniature book bag, and like you open it up and it's actually got like it almost looks like it would hold little vials. It has it's like a hard inner core, and on the front it's stamped with a hammer, and then there's like a little like a leather press of an elephant like head outline.
Cool. That's actually awesome. How much does that cost?
Whatever it costs in the player's handbook.
45 gold.
Perfect.
Is it empty or does it have things in it?
It is empty.
Would you be able to do 15?
Persuasion check.
Oh God. 9.
I can go as low as 22.
Okay, 22. Reasonable. Do you have any manacles?
I don't.
Those are pretty tough to make, I'd imagine.
It's not that they're tough to make. It's generally the only people that use manacles around these parts, barring nefarious purposes, are guards. So there's generally no need for me to carry such things, as people don't walk around handcuffing each other.
True. Well, things happen outside of the city walls where sometimes it's necessary to apprehend. I've done bounty hunting work in my youth. If you don't have them, that's fine.
I could probably point you towards pickets.
Okay. Pickets.
Picketts.
Do you have a quiver of sorts? I've kind of just sandwiched my javelins in between my back and my backpack, and it's very uncomfortable.
A quiver what holds javelins. How many javelins do you have?
5.
I don't have anything like that, but I can make it.
Okay.
It would be... Yeah, I could probably get it done in about 10 hours or so.
Okay. Let me see if Pickett maybe has one, or...
Yeah, likely the merc groups, they will likely have a lot of outfits, or as much as I love giving old Jeremy business, you could likely get something like that from Iron Golem. I realize that he's a smith shop, but he generally uses or generally creates anything for armors and weapons, combat stuff, things used for fighting and killing.
Okay, well we're heading over there today.
Perfect. Tell him I said hi.
Oh, and your name was
Girdle Steelbelt.
Steelbelt. Do I recognize that name at all?
Nah, you wouldn't.
The last thing, do you have a 2-person tent?
A 2-person tent. I could probably find something.
Okay.
Sure, let me see.
Gold.
A 2-person tent. How much is a regular tent?
At 2 gold.
2 gold? Yeah, sure. Tent, 2-person. Wow, that's like an actual 2-person tent. Interesting. Yeah, sure.
And then so can I actually get 3 more of the oils if you have them? So
3
make
oils.
4 silver.
All right. Can do.
Okay, so in total 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27 gold.
Do you have a cart for all of this? This is an awful lot of stuff.
We are... you wouldn't happen to sell any pack mules?
Pack mules? I don't sell livestock. You'd have to go to the agriculture district for that.
Just thinking, we just got... You don't sell carts, do you? That would be amazing. Maybe
actually, I do sell carts.
Oh, we need a cart.
I think you mean a wagon, right, Cinco?
Well,
something that pull behind a
Are you wanting a carriage that is covered, or a wagon that is like a carriage minus the cover, or do you want a cart that is basically 2 wheels and just hooks up to a single horse? That's usually something small.
Yeah, I think that would suffice. I don't think we need anything too large. We'd like to maneuver in the city.
Perfect. 25 gold for the cart. You'll have a wagon, but just rename it cart or whatever, as it is a smaller than wagon. This has been incredibly straightforward.
Yeah, I don't mean to take up much of your time.
Well, so I got lots of time.
53 gold. I don't think I'm waiting on anything
besides the caltrops, but that shouldn't take too long. In fact, I can just do it right here while we wait, if you wouldn't mind.
Actually, yeah, that would be great. And I kind of like nudge Deus, like, hey, he's gonna blacksmith. You should look at it.
Do you mind if I also procure some supplies?
Sure.
Do you happen to sell saddlebags?
Oh yes, anything that you need for the horses. I just don't sell the horses myself because they stink.
I'll take saddlebags, 10 long-lasting rations.
Real quick, are you getting saddlebags for your warhorse?
Yeah.
Your warhorse already has that. They come fully outfitted with like armor and stuff. That's why their AC is so high. And part of their armor is like the full getup.
Oh, so they would have them?
Yeah, your horse would already have. Your horse is decked out for battle, and saddlebags is like the bare necessities, those simple bare necessities.
Okay. I guess I probably should ask you. Okay. Can I have 10 extra long-lasting rations?
Long-lasting rations. What would long-lasting rations be? I have rations.
Those.
Oh. Never heard anyone call them long-lasting. But
Well, rations in themselves could just mean food.
well, the way that most travelers have, and he pulls out this like little, it looks like a little square white box. He goes, if you look here, these actually come pre-made, pre-packaged, and he flips it open, and inside there's like little bits of like what looks like the shit that birds make their nests out of, right? It's like decorative boxes. Like, see, you've got all of your non-perishables here.
Jerky, there's dried fruit.
Yeah, hardtack, so on and so forth.
What kind of nuts are these?
Just generalized seed. It's pretty much a big blend. There's peanuts, walnuts, acorns, almonds, sunflower seeds. I don't know. I mean, you can you see it? How does that work? Are you how did you even know that there were seeds in here?
I thought you opened it up.
I did, but you're not holding it.
Oh, I can pretty much see the outline of anything in here. That's not important. Do you have any waystones?
Waystones.
Weight stones?
Oh, weights. Yeah, we have. I've got like for scales, for figuring out values for stuff.
For sharpening blades.
Oh, whetstones.
Whetstones?
Yes. Yeah, I can give you a whetstone. Sure. I've got a couple in the back. You can just have them. They're used, but they're oiled. You'll have to get oil for them, or he bought a bunch of oil, so you could probably figure something out for that.
And then 2 extra water skins.
2 water skins. Okay.
And do you have any unadorned vestments back there?
Vestments. What does that mean?
Usually you'll see priests wear them.
Oh, no, I don't carry religious effigies of any type here. You would want to go to the churches, or any sort of religious order. Yeah, I don't. I try to stay out of politics and religion around the city.
Have any cloth, any woven cloth that just hasn't been made in anything yet?
Sure, I've got a couple of yards of linens. I've got a couple of yards of linen. I've got some canvas, some leather.
Do you have any white linen?
Yeah, I've got linen.
I'll take a spool of white linen.
Okay. Let's call it a silver a yard.
1 yard should be fine.
Perfect. Okay.
So, water skins are 2 silver apiece.
A lot of that stuff wasn't on the
rations.
list, was it?
It is. What do you mean?
Like linens.
Oh, linens isn't. That's the only thing that isn't.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. What is your total that you have right now?
Quick calculator. Okay, 5 silvers for rations. I got 10. So that's 5 gold for rations total. and then 2 silver per water skin, so that's 4 silver. Investments, that's the guess. So right now, without the vestments, it's 5 gold and 4 silver. Since you gave me the waystones for free.
5 gold. He goes, make it an even 6 gold.
Okay. Whetstone, sorry. I've always called it a waystone. I'm wrong.
Yeah, that's what I was like, weird, but yeah. He goes, well, here you go.
Yeah, he pulls out his little container,
His alms box.
Takes out the 6 gold.
Not to tell you your business or anything, but aren't you supposed to like give that to? Well, I stay out of religion. That's fine. If you want to take from the poor to feed yourself, all right.
It's the only container I had.
It's a new world. Okay.
He does take out an extra gold and puts it on the counter. The next time what appears to be a citizen in hunger comes in, could you use this gold to feed them?
Sure.
Yeah, he slides that gold over. So 7 gold.
That is mighty kind of you. Well, if you would like, Keksi, you already bought something just a few hours ago, right? It was like
no.
12 hours ago. You and
I didn't buy anything myself, but my companion Therai did. He bought a bunch of stuff.
Oh, well, would you like anything? I mean, while we're here.
I never really thought about it.
Do some shopping. It's good for the soul. It's like retail therapy.
Woo! I'll just get 5 rations. How much is that? It was 5.
They're 2 gold apiece.
10
apiece?
gold.
Okay, 10 gold. There
Man,
we go.
I am out of rations.
Removing.
Yep.
And I will add
That
rations.
is correct, Deus. You did tell me the wrong number.
Rations are 5 silver apiece.
Somebody told me the wrong number.
The rations 5 SP.
No takesies, backsies.
Only 5 gold. Yeah, you're right. So it's 5.
Then adjust your totals and give me that much money because I'm an honest businessman.
So I only give him 5 gold instead of 10?
Yep.
Okay, I'm just adding 5 gold back into my thing right now. Okay, and then I will put in rations. I don't really have anything else that I wanted to buy. I wasn't.
He's gonna pull out this little tiny anvil. It's like a, what is it, like a 60-pound anvil or whatever. Bing. It's got this little hole in one side of it, and he pulls out like a handful of nails. As he takes the nails and he puts them through this loop, and he uses this like pair of tongs and like this really looks like a thin wrought iron, almost like tube. As he starts to like bend curls into these like he rounds them over one edge of this anvil as he begins to like make interlooping essentially hooks, and he starts looping 3 nails into each other so that way they kind of sit roughly in a caltrop form. How is that red tiefling? And as he asks that, we're going to cut back to Therai. Senor, you're making your way on foot back to dockside, huh?
Yes, sir.
You are correct. So, roll me a D100, boy. So you went from rolling a 2 to rolling the exact opposite integer there. Perfect. So you are making your way around, and you here to your side as you're making through like the food cart area. Hey, wise guy.
I look to see who's.
You see Inspector Presence.
Gadget? Oh, my favorite.
Yeah, or Investigator Presence. He goes, "Hey, wise guy. Guess where I just was?
Yes, Mr. President.
I was just at the Dockside Community House.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
Guess who wasn't where they told me that they would be?
I can explain, but if you wish to incarcerate someone,
Yeah.
Therai is going to present his wrist.
Oh, don't with the dramatics. We're gonna go over to the guard tower, okay?
All
Yeah,
right.
it's interview time.
Okay.
Where are the rest of your friends?
They are at the place that they wanted to stay last night. They saw the accommodation of the community house and said it was not to their standard.
Right. And where is the place that they wanted to stay?
Can I make a deception roll to name off a different inn that's in the town?
Sure. First, I'll tell you the inns that you can tell them.
Got it.
Let's see here. The
I don't know what
adamantine,
he's gonna do, but he's somehow gonna get that blacksmith in more trouble.
the adamantine anvil.
They were staying at this blacksmith Jeremy's
The
place.
adamantine
I don't know
anvil,
why.
which is the truth. The Flagon's Hoard, which is here in the Nonpareil, the upper crust area. It's a very high society tavern / inn, and the Sea Spray, which is down dockside.
Got it.
So the two that you're going to lie about are either going to be the Flagon's Hoard or Sea Spray.
He was trying to go for Flagon's Horde.
Okay, so you tell him the Flagon's Hoard, and he goes, so come with me.
Yes, sir.
And you see a couple of other guards. He goes, go to the Flagon's Hoard. When you find that they are not there, put an alert out to invite the guests to the precinct, please. Because I wasn't born yesterday, and fortunately for the wise guy here, I am very good at what I do. After you, sir. And so he's going to direct you. You know where his office is. It's right by the Arcane Eye.
Okay,
He knows that
he's going to leave.
And he's going to be following right behind you. He's going to go, it wouldn't be such a big deal, except that there's already a lot of holes. And now that you aren't where you said you would be, now it makes things look a lot worse.
This I understand.
I should warn you, anything you're going to say, you're probably going to want to wait until we get there. Because shovel, hole. Right.
I mean, I do not wish to put a shovel near you.
Right. So I assume you're not going to try to like get away or step out like misty step or anything. Yeah. Okay. So you make your way to let me see here.
Downtown.
We are Hayakaran. Over by, you see that one guard tower right here by the Arcane Eye? That's where you're going.
Got it. Okay.
You were like right around here. By this other guard tower? That's not where he said that his office was, so he's taking you back to this one. Cool.
Yeah.
So you're making your way, you're passing by, you pass by the Arcane Eye headquarters, and it's interesting because you see Grimtooth, you see Olaf, and you see Absalon smoking pipe tobacco. And Olaf does it, like they're standing outside of this door, and Olaf as he's like doing his thing. He sends you over, and just like what this picture is, you see let me turn this down a little bit. There we go. You see this massive structure and the stairs around it that lead up to it, where this guard tower is. And he leads you up the stairs, and you you get up there. It's a big open area, but think of like a ranger tower for like a park. There is a jail cell, a single jail cell built into this one like area, and then the rest is like a couple of desks and whatnot, and then there's like a couple of guards that are just sitting out watching, scanning, looking around, stuff like that. You're probably, I don't know, about 1,000 feet away from the Arcane Eye headquarters. And he goes, "Please take a seat at my desk."
As you wish.
I'll give you a chance to tell me anything that you want to be forthcoming with before the rest of your friends get here. Because it seems like your friends have things to hide. Now, you've already told me that they're not of the city. I understand that. So when they get here and they realize the process that is going to happen, they're probably going to get a little desperate, as people who are immigrating here tend to be when they first clash with the rules here. Is there anything that you, a native, would like to say?
I will say this. I was not the best when I conveyed the rules. I told them what they needed to know when it came up. When this man decided to invade their privacy and get all in a hubbub. As you know, many people get very excited, let us say, in this town. When he got in the hubbub, it happened so quick, I still do not recall everything that happened. But I will say, I did warn them, no fight. When you saw me atop the man, I was not trying to fight him. I was trying to hold him.
He never saw you atop the guy. He just saw you on the ground because Quinn had face-stepped away before they had gotten there. Yeah.
Oh. Therai.
But they did say that you had tackled him, and then he went to go put you into handcuffs and then took you out when they were talking about how you guys didn't know anything.
As for everything else, I am still unclear on the party last night. When we got to Flagon Horde, decided that it was time to drink. I, being a friend, decided, you know what? I have not drunk in what feels like a decade. So maybe a good round, put down the gullet very quickly, would be a good idea. And the rest of the night after that, I'm pretty sure I got to a bed at some point, and I'm pretty sure I woke up and I remember now. Except for this morning, I was going to go to the dockside, merely to help out the people, as I always do. You know.
So, did you go to dockside last night, the community house, at all?
Yes, no, we went to the dockside. When we got there, you remember the big guy, you know, who's big and strong.
Yes, Masenko Kolta.
Yes,
he's consulting his notes. It's like, I definitely want to talk to him.
He said that he would rather sleep in a real bed than on the floor. And I told him I agree. The treatment they got in the dockside was not to their liking anyway, so they wanted elsewhere. I showed them the Flagon's Horde, I believe it was, and they said, let us get the rooms and drink. We all took down the round.
Let's be completely transparent. You and I both know they're not at the Flagon's Horde. I realize that you pulled that name out of your ass. Yes, it is a real place, but you and I both know you did not go there. But before you continue, since you told me that you all were in fact at dockside, how many blind knights perform miracles do you think? And with that, we're going to cut back to the rest of you guys. As you guys are all over at the Hammer and Clang,
Want to go Therai?
About to break.
Yeah, no, I was like, yeah, no, hey. Boom, miracle for you, miracle for you. Everyone's got
Therai should stop lying because he's horrible at it.
Well, that being said, you guys have no idea what's happening, but you guys are purchasing your stuff. He's making the things. He goes, well, Keksi, it's he's only got a few down as he's like creating these caltrops, and he's like, I know you enjoyed my stories last time.
I did very much.
Would you care to hear another?
I would.
Yeah.
You know, my friend Masenko here actually has been to the city before. He's very old.
Really?
Oh, long time ago, when I was a young boy, we traveled in, and it's been a long time.
How long would you say?
Numbers, that's, but I don't really know. It's been a long time. I don't really like to keep track of years because that's like, starts limiting your perspective on life. Like, how many years do I have left? Maybe I'll, die.
Nihilism, right?
Yes, yeah, big word. Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm right around 3 centuries, 3.5, but who's counting when you get to that point? I remember before that big crater was there, I told Keksi about how that crater formed and the battle that ensued to get it to that point. It was quite something.
Is that Greymane and Kelvin died or didn't come back? Or
No, sadly. Well, if you would like to know the darker chapters of this town, I can tell you that. I survived through them. You see, back before the fall of magic, or immediately after the war, the Herald and subsequently the weave affliction that swept the world from the south up. This city was not doing good. Where once we were a relatively small city, populated by incredibly powerful adventurers for the time, many people found their magic to fail them. Mistra, in all of her power, just could not seem to maintain her control over magic. And as linen, and you see he stops for a second, takes a little patch of the linen, like off of the same roll, and he takes it and pulls the string off of it, and it just like unravels. He goes, just as the linen, magic kind of went poof and unraveled itself. Luckily for us, those few who were able to maintain their magical abilities were the paladins. Greymane, in his seemingly timeless, infinite wisdom, was able to corral the people and give them somebody to stand behind. And Sunax, he was more militaristic. He was able to give people the training to overcome. Those two men, I don't know that this city will ever be the same after their passing. Greymane, unfortunately, hold on, died of pneumonia.
no way.
He goes, now I'll tell you this much. I'm sorry. He goes, I wish I could tell you that it was an epic battle with demons and gods and Greymane in the middle. Unfortunately, when this pit was first created, it filled with water quite rapidly. And over 50 years, it started to drain, but people used it as a watering hole. And Greymane, you used to be able to catch him down by the lake, which was fresh water, as opposed to the salt water that was literally just a couple of miles away. You would catch him swimming in there at all times. Because to him, everybody should have at least one good day. And his joy was infectious. Splashing around with people, playing games. Apparently he just got some water in his lungs and he wanted to maintain his what is that
Facade.
word?
Facade.
Not a facade. He wanted to maintain his stature. He was a pariah. Not a pariah. He was a someone you would look up to. And he wanted to maintain that, so people couldn't see him be sick. But he was constantly under the public eye. And so he never found the time to cure himself, as people grew slightly more paranoid. I'll tell you what, though, the day he died was a massive surprise. Who would have thought that Greymane was in actuality a silver dragon?
What happened when he died? How did that?
His body exploded into the body of an ancient silver dragon.
Wow.
And laid out in the middle of the lake. Hold on a sec, I have to... People thought that he had killed a silver dragon, but they couldn't find his body.
Huh.
So that's how you guys found out that he was a dragon?
That is how we found out that Greymane, the man who had a quaint home, just literally like a 1,600 square foot single story home in the middle of the city, was an ancient silver dragon the whole time. I would not believe it if I had not seen it with my own eyes.
That is the most bizarre thing I have ever heard.
I know. It is absolutely mind-boggling. Kelvin, on the other hand, he did go out how every paladin wishes to go out. There was somebody who was part of the Breakers way back in the day. They were this legendary adventuring group, which is, as I told Keksi, and he looks over, hard to stand out when everybody is a burning sun. But one of them was kind of a ne'er-do-well type. And
John Ryder.
Yes.
I
Were you
heard stories of. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Make me a deception check at disadvantage. Because you don't know what happened to John Ryder.
Oh, I don't. All right. 2.
I find that very interesting that you would have heard stories about a man whose name has literally been stricken from the tomes.
I mean, I just heard of the Breakers, and he was one of the more dark-seeded people that, hated.
How old did you say you were? And he kind of looks at you with
80, the judging my skin flaps.
Right. I suppose stranger things have happened. Well, I don't know how abouts you came across the name John Ryder. It's not one that I would use lightly to anyone.
Really? Why is that?
Because he's still alive. Well, not alive. He's not quite alive, not quite dead. But he slayed Kelvin Sunax.
That's my boy.
He shot him from a range so far no one saw it coming. And people said that the wake that was behind the bullet as it crossed the sea caused tidal waves to flood nearby islands. As the captain of the Reaper Scythe, John Acheron Ryder, was so powerful that only pieces of Kelvin Sunax's armor were left.
That bastard.
So
Why did he do it? What reason did he have to do that?
nobody knows. He got away, and scattered reports over the last century have basically they've made a spook out of him. Every once in a while you'll hear of a ship that houses or has, what is it? Harbors the crew of the undead. Most people just die. A sniper's bullet to the head, never to see the shooter. But on occasion he has been known to mix it up, so the legends say. Again, careful who you say that name to.
I understand now.
Yes.
Kaioken definitely looks like perturbed. Wow. So the Herald, did the breakers stop him, or was that?
As far as the story goes, they did. There was a big battle, literally in the center of that crater, back when it was ground. And
Out of game. All I remember is getting hung up at the water elemental, and then it was like
that's not that one. This is not even that city.
He's talking about when all of us...
Remember the first one shot after I built the table?
Yes, it
where
was
we
the
all
battle.
came in. That big battle was it was called the Battle of Karan. Was literally the one shot that we ran.
I thought it was
Saul rolled the giant and said, "I'm never paying for taxes."
Basically.
Yeah, I thought it was the one where Kyle played the paladin. That's the one I was thinking it was. But okay, all right, then that makes more sense.
Oh, you mean no, the one where Kyle played the cleric?
I thought it was a paladin.
He was a cleric that had a calico cat. Yeah. Giancarlo, I believe his name was.
I thought it was that one.
But
a time limit to like get to the end.
That's the one.
Correct.
But that's not this one. He goes, when the Herald came and they thought that they had defeated him, he decided to flee back to the far realm, taking a piece of the prime material with him, as well as the breakers, and as the story goes, they killed him in his own plane. Now, I'm no priest, but I have been told that similar to demons, if you kill things not from this plane in their own plane, they tend to stay dead. And he's been twisting these things up and all that. And he goes, very peculiar. He said, what did you say your name was again?
Masenko.
Masenko. Well, again, I don't know where you heard that name.
Oh, I am from the Kolta clan. I think somewhere down the line of my ancestry, maybe Kaioken was one of the breaker.
Wow.
But it's all fantasy because we're not entirely sure. But he did start a homestead on Mount Sararan.
A homestead, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Masenko, I suppose if you're from the homestead, maybe next time you visit the old statue, drop a couple of gold to him from me. And he slides over 2 gold coins to you. As thanks.
Okay.
Saved the world 3 times in a year. It's hard to beat those odds.
Yeah. Just the right kind of weirdos that did it.
Well, you know what they say. Anything else you guys wanted to do? Or did you guys want to leave?
I do have one question since since you've been around for so long and you have all this vast knowledge of other things, do you know anything about hags?
Well, probably a little bit more than the children's fairy tales. What would you like to know? You're not planning on hunting one, are you?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's about what I thought.
Are there any children's fairy tales that would depict any hags around the
Did
outskirts?
hags survive the fall of magic?
Hmm.
Well, I'm not an adventurer. But, to answer your question, I would not be surprised if Fae creatures, when the fall of magic happened, went back to the Fae to protect themselves. Now, after the fall of magic, if the Fae creatures come back, are they afflicted? I don't know. And what was your question?
He said, like besides children's fairy tales, and now what I asked specifically is, are there any fairy tales or children's tales of hags on the outskirts of this town?
Well, there's not a whole lot of forest around this town, but if I seem to recall, hags don't all live in forests, but the ones that they tell the kids are always about two children sneaking through the woods, and they go to a hag's house where she turns them into candy and eats them. That's the common one. There's also ones about demonic hags that sneak into bad kids' rooms when they're having their worst of nightmares and eats their souls. There's hags that live in the snowy hills that wait for the strongest of men to turn them into the weakest of men. But around these parts, not so much.
Okay.
But the one thing that always remains the same, across the board with hags, if you do find yourself in the company of one, choose your words very, very carefully. They're Fae. What I'm getting at is they have a tendency to twist words, so if you make a deal with one, which is generally how those stories go, they will... Yeah. They're worse than lawyers.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I love coming here, not to just buy stuff, to hear about your stories.
Well, I'm glad that there's some young people who are interested in my stories. You know, most people, they just come in, they get what they want, and they leave, and nobody stops to ask people how each other are doing anymore. I guess that's what happens when your home gets too big.
Mm-mm.
Deus puts a gold. Is there a counter?
Yep.
Puts a gold in the counter. There's a meat vendor that sells these delicious pieces of steak, and he tells him where.
Okay.
Next one's on me.
Thank you. If I find myself down dockside, I'll make sure to look up for the burly northern men. I assume you guys are gonna... He gives you guys the stuff, and he gives you the...
By the way, we had a long rest, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, make sure.
Keep that level of exhaustion, though. Don't forget.
Fuck you.
Figure it out. But he gives you guys the stuff. You exchange all of the everything, the exiting pleasantries, and you guys head back out into the city?
Yep.
All right. Which way do you guys want to go? It's been like right about an hour.
I believe we were going to go
check on Peckett, before we go to
Yes.
Jeremy, if it's in the right direction. I'm not sure.
Yeah, along the way, I'm going to remind Masenko about the fortune teller, if he recalls where she was, if it's within our path.
Let's look for that. It was somewhere around here. It
So-
was before we went down.
It would be if we're looking at at Karen city
we
map.
hitch up our cart and
Oh, yeah,
Luna and proceed with
Yep.
Which I love that stuff. If you want to know, I can tell you.
It's up to you guys to keep track of your inventory. But yeah, right around in this area is where you would find the fortune teller. Pickets is actually kind of on the so if this is the iron golem, then the hammer and clang would be right here. So it takes you about 30 minutes to get that span. That's the scale that you guys are on. Again, this is all diagrammatical. There's a lot more smaller buildings in between all of these. These are just the standouts above the crowd.
Well, we're closer to where we might have seen
right here.
Yeah, so let's maybe check and see if she's still there, if she's packing up or.
Okay. As you guys are making your way over there, Deus, roll me a D100.
Ooh.
Low money, no whammies.
You find a bag. No, I was kidding.
Leave it.
So,
Leave it.
Not today.
give me one sec
What about
here.
a deck of cards?
So you guys would find, luckily, because he never told you where Pickets was. Nobody ever told you where Pickets was. He said he could point you. I don't know. I didn't assume that you guys were like, yes, we'll go to Pickets. But he as you get out there, there's this big. It's a small two-room building, so it's really tiny and rectangular. With like a cattle gate around an open combat training ground. There's a bunch of training dummies and archery targets and there's like a big low wooden platform in the middle with a bunch of like dried blood stains and shit all over it and like dents and dings and scrapes in it. It looks very weathered and very worn. Across the top of the building, it just says Pickets, and it's got this it looks like a buckler that's like been like nailed to the board. That's all super rough. It's kind of like rusty around the edges and whatnot. You guys pass by that is on your way to where Kaioken is. If you guys wanted to stop off there, that is a thing that you could do if you wanted to. If you're going to continue past,
I think. Wait, were we looking for the?
You wanted to get a javelin from Pickets, like a javelin quiver, but if you're looking for the,
I thought Amanda and I were just talking about looking for the.
Yes, and what I'm saying is that you guys passed by Pickets on the way there. That's what I'm saying. Okay. I don't know if you wanted to make the detour or not.
Pickets.
Yeah, let's just really quick. I got a little bit more money left.
Okay.
Cool. So you go in. Literally, there's no way into this place besides to hop over the gate. So you kind of like do a little hop over. As you're seeing, there's a few people out here like training and whatnot. But there's one guy in particular who is like walking around, hands on hips. Like you could tell he's critiquing people, like sword skills, CQC, all of that shit. As you approach, he's very feral looking. He has like these weird, like slight animalistic tendencies. Like you could tell, like his nails are like clawed. He's wearing like a basically like a ripped, like sleeveless shirt. It looks like it was a flannel, and he ripped the sleeves off. He's got like almost a Sabretooth like fucking from X-Men, like chops, fucking chops and shit like that. And he's got like kind of fanged, but he looks human with like these traits. It kind of, yeah. He looks at you and he's like, hello, Master Showm here, at your service. You looking for some merc training?
Not at the moment. I was directed here by Girdle. Steel belt?
Oh, right. The bloated pachyderm.
Bloated with knowledge. Yes.
Yep. He stores it all in his gut. What can I do for you?
I was looking for a quiver for some javelins. I've been carrying them improperly, and they have been hurting me severely while I walk.
Mark of an amateur. Sure. I can do that. You just step right in there. They'll fix you up good.
Thank you, Sholm. You said it was Sholm, right?
Yeah, S-H-O-M-E.
O-M-E.
Yeah. You walk in. It looks like a small armory in here, but this is all secondhand stuff.
Nice.
Behind the counter, you see this little like a goblin person who's wearing like, in your mind, please imagine a goblin wearing Robin Hood attire.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah, he's got the little like pointy hat with the red feather in it, and he's got like the green getup, and he's like, "Yes, welcome to Pickett's."
Hello, are you Pickett?
No.
Oh, okay. Forgive me. I was looking for a quiver for some javelins.
Ah, yes, quiver for javelins. Are you member?
No, I am not.
Oh, premium. Perfect.
Well, how does one become a member? Do I just beat someone up?
Well, that would be a way to get in, sure. But most people pay money.
Pay money to be a member.
Did everybody go in, or was it just Kaioken?
I would have followed him.
I figured I would have stayed with Luna in the cart since he said it's a fence you have to hop over, so I'm fine with staying.
Okay, so Deus, you're coming in with.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you talk about like how do you get in fight, he goes, you could fight him. Maybe if you
Dave, my friend?
The blind one, yes. Fight him. Maybe you kick his ass good enough to get membership for free.
How you feel about that, Deus? Should we save some coin?
Or maybe you kick his ass and you get membership for free.
Hey, it's a win-win. We both, someone gets a deal.
He kind of scratches his head. What's even for sale here?
Everything here is for sale for a price. And it's all manner of secondhand items, like not items, secondhand weapons, armors, all like quivers, shit like that. Everything that you would need to be a mercenary.
What about Sholm outside said he could do merc training? What does that entail?
Well, merc is work for money, but usually dangerous. So let's say that you are a woman and want to learn how to fight. We train how to fight, and then we give you basic armor for premium.
Could we do a merc job for you for this membership?
We do not provide work, we provide training.
Could we
train good,
someone for you?
You do not do training. You are not member. You are not Master Shom.
Well, the fact that you're willing to let us in for fighting shows we'll let people in with something without it being money.
Right?
Is there anything else we can do to gain membership here?
No. You can pay me, or you can fight each other and maybe get membership.
How much was membership?
50 gold. Each.
Win-win, Deus. This is really good.
You want to fight each other?
I mean, I don't mind.
Dave just starts stretching.
Okay. Well,
Nice. Let's do it.
go out to platform and fight each other. Maybe
Okay.
get membership.
Do we have to tell Sholm, are we going to be breaking the law at any point?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Insight check?
yes, please. Please do. Please insight check.
24.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, all he's saying is maybe if you go fight, you'll impress them enough to get a membership for free. He's saying I guess and maybe a lot.
Do we have your? Sorry, I don't know this. You know this.
Yeah. And I kind of like let us speak about it privately. And I like
Sure.
I don't think he's talking truthfully. I think we could probably get in trouble. I don't mind fighting because that breakfast is I need to burn it off, otherwise it's going straight to my gut.
Sholm respects power. Sholm respects martial prowess. Or pay premium for item.
Let's go talk to Sholm. Tell him that we want to fight. Get membership.
Why don't you just pay premium for the item?
I don't have enough. I mean, I don't know how much it is, but if he can train one of us, like maybe he can like teach us how to, use a really big club.
Time you're wasting.
Yeah, you're right. Let's go talk to Sholm really quick. Come on, it'll be easy. It's looking like this is a no, but let's
amateurs.
Yep, we've never been here before.
Couldn't we just fight him?
If you want, I am available for fight.
I kind of wants it. That kind of.
As you see, he like starts to like sling off like some like wraps for his hands. He goes, "I will fight. You want fight? I will fight."
They don't seem very scared about fighting in public, so maybe this is like a neutral ground where it's like okay. There was a lot of blood outside. You saw that.
Manticore
blood.
I have killed with hands. And you see this dude, this fucking goblin's knuckles are like 2 inches like he is
punches fucking
he's all scarred up.
And you kind of whispering now with Kaioken, I cannot fight to my full potential in this town.
Yeah, I mean, you're
Dylan,
strong, though.
You son of a bitch. Goblin goes in for arm shake.
Yeah, right.
What the CIA get to push 20 pencils?
I can't turn into an animal.
He's doing all the tough guy moves. I don't.
Yeah, that's how you know he's a fucking badass.
Or
you see he's got a ponytail? You don't fuck with people that have ponytails.
Stop that right now. Or premium or membership.
I mean, I don't want to say this, but he talks funny. Someone who talks funny gets beat up a lot. He does not look like he gets beat up a lot.
He looks like he's lived a hard life, that he has fought a lot. Probably lost a lot, but he's won a lot too.
Bad mercenaries you will be.
I was talking shit,
Yeah.
man. I'm starting to feel embarrassed.
I mean, we're questioning it. I mean, if anything,
Well, no, let's go talk to Sholm. Thank you, Master Not Picket.
I am not master. Simply Sing Sing.
Sing Sing.
What do you think? I could try to make him grovel to us.
I mean, he's even got like kind of a pussy name. That means he's definitely a badass.
Yeah, it's like one of big guys.
We don't want to fuck with this guy. Let's go talk to Sholm. I go outside.
I like how I passed the intimidation check. Okay. We're going to cut back to Therai. Okay. Presence is like, so run that by me again. How many blind knights do you think are performing miracles down in Dockside last night around 11 o'clock at night?
And remember, Therai, you don't know I did that.
No, Therai is now like.
Well, he didn't ask if Deus was the one. He said how many blind knights does he think are walking around Dockside performing miracles?
Therai
So remember that.
Deus do his magic, right? Like.
Yeah.
In the fight, yeah.
Yeah.
And also
Ryan
detect
is now
magic.
realizing, like, oh shit. Listen, I do not know. How often do you see a blind man?
Literally
Perhaps-
once.
Yes, same. Perhaps description is wrong. Perhaps people who are doing it are lying. I mean,
Dude, they said
Mine is
they-
like-
okay. They said
I-
a man in plate knight's armor with a wrap around his eyes. I've literally only seen one person. That's it. Now here's the thing. Here's the thing. I wouldn't even care about that because you hear a lot of crackpot stories all the time. The problem that I have is that we have a group of people now who are searching the city for this knight that performed a miracle. They've already, in 12 hours, developed a cult following because he has hystericized. And he looks around, fucking magic. There is no cure for trench foot
no.
that will have it be done in literally under 10 seconds.
The meat vendor, right? The meat vendor. I have tended to his wounds before. This.
See, I didn't even have to tell you who it was. You know who was talking about it.
Yes, I
You
know. I know.
Like
I have
here's the
eaten
thing.
there before.
Here-
It is good food.
Here's the thing. You guys are lying about magic. Yeah, I now have reports of a person who is already a person of interest in a different thing is now being described doing magic and other things. Sorry, miracles and other things around town. They've been here, what, a day? And already I'm having civil unrest in my city.
If I had known about magic, do you think I would bring them to my town? Of course not. This pains me to hear.
Roll me a deception check.
Magic is... Oh, nice. Baby, please.
Stop lying.
No, stop putting me in these situations. Don't get fucking mad at me because you
Come
guys
on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Roll
I
me
wasn't
that.
the
Roll
one
me
who was
that.
like, boom, healing, bitch.
Roll me
Bam,
that.
done.
You got this, Will.
Roll me that. Yeah, roll me that deception. And don't forget, inspiration has things that can happen.
Oh,
Fucking A.
Be my
Nail it.
fucking
He goes, okay, you didn't know whether or not this group of people that you were on a pilgrimage back here could cast magic. And I'm not saying that they did. I'm not saying that they did. What I am saying is that there's a lot of circumstances here that are going to cause riots in these fucking streets if these people continue to see things that they can't explain. You know what my job is to keep the peace, right?
Yeah.
In the same
Yes,
reason
I
why I
know.
want to catch a guy who, and he looks at
Performed
you.
a miracle.
He looks. He leans in. He goes, "Who walked up to you and said, and I quote, "Ooga booga booga, I hate you." Attacked you and then disappeared. In the same way that I want to stop that from happening, I also don't want a riot to happen because a messiah decides to show his face in my city. That's great. I'm glad if magic is on the rise. Sure, whatever. What I don't want is I don't want these people to lose their fucking minds and tear this guy apart because everybody wants a heal. You know what Dockside is like. You know how many people are sick, hungry, dying, and you give them one beacon of hope. You don't think everybody's going to want a literal piece of him?
No, it is the Messiah story. I know.
So I need for your friends to come to me so we can get some things straight. And I'm tired of all the lies. The next step is that I have to excommunicate you guys under the cover of night so that way I can get the problem the fuck out of my city. So, here's what I will do for you. I've gotten your statement now. He leans in. I don't care about these laws in this city. If these laws are going to prevent people from being the good guys, I need my city to be okay. I want my city to operate how my city has operated for a century and a half, because everything in the status quo, it works. You see what happens when you inject one person who is careless with their abilities? I'm starting to think that those Black Veil guys are okay.
Can I make an insight check to see if he's like more or less skirting around saying, I'm okay with magic?
Yeah,
I
go
just
ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead. Also, what he said, you do know. Yeah, oh yeah, 100%. What he's saying is he doesn't care. Like literally, as like what he's saying is a 100% him being completely honest. He doesn't care about the magical abilities. He cares about the health of the city. You can tell off of that. You can tell this dude has an incredible sense of duty, and he literally cares about this city not going to ruin. He's basically one of the good guys. No.
Therai is going to lean in. Is there anyone else in the room with them or no?
Oh yeah. There's about three other investigators out here. There's people coming and going, like guards off of their beats are coming in, filling out reports and going back out, shit like that.
Therai, taking the pen that he got earlier, is going to write down he means no ill will. I have seen his hands heal before. I can heal with my hands exactly as he can. Give me a week and I will have this town completely restored.
Gotcha, bitch.
With healing.
He leans over and goes, ladies and gentlemen, we got him. I thought I had it all together.
We got it.
So
end credits roll.
So he reads what you say, or what you write down. He looks at you. He looks at you and he goes. He looks at you, looks back up and goes, if you go around doing this, you will cause an uprising.
Yes, I know.
I will not condone the free use of abilities that you or your friends seem to be able to have. Because one single use has already caused a big problem down at Dockside.
Sir, if I may.
I am not a bleeding heart for the poor people. For the poor people of this city. What I am is
we of Dockside are our own. We make it on our own. We heal our own. What I am saying is this. There are two ways to go about this. Either we leave right now. Our deeds to be done in history, whether written or not, does not matter. Or the exact opposite. We stay and provide the same healing for everyone else. And with such, you then have it where everyone goes, this is not so bad. The problem is, the first incidence of this was yesterday. With magic I do not know, that hurt and did not heal. I do not hurt. I only heal. So, I only know two ways from this situation. Either I heal or I run. I do not want
You're
to
forgetting your third option, which is don't be a big fucking light for the people who are trapped in their own darkness. Have you ever saved somebody who was drowning at sea? Do you know that analogy?
No.
You're a wise guy. If you ever find yourself and somebody else stranded at sea and they start drowning, they say, the sailors of the world, to not go over, don't swim over to someone who is drowning, because then 2 people will be dead. Now, I don't care what you can do, and I can only say this so many times. You don't have to run, but you don't have to turn a blind eye. What you do have to do is keep your shit in check in my city, because if you don't, and I have multiple cults of people who decide to just, oh, I want to willy-nilly start showing people that I am the best, I am all over. If you start having people who have nothing grasping at whatever they can, you will have people killing each other, you will have people robbing each other, you will have people hurting each other, because they won't know what is real anymore. Now, I'll give you a little bit more time to go and collect your friends so we can all have a conversation, because clearly you are of a very specific mindset. I would invite you to go ask the Black Veil what they think about this friend of yours who is walking around performing miracles.
I am sure we both know the answer to this one.
I am sure that I'm beginning to sympathize with what they're talking about. Take a look at Dockside for yourself. Take a walk. See what I see.
This I shall. Give me...
You're free to go.
Meet me at the Adamantine Anvil. Tonight, we drink.
I'm sorry.
You coming to...
I don't drink.
No. You coming to ask...
I'm going to find your friends one way or the other. I know where you guys are at. You've already... You told me the moment you lied to me exactly where you were at. This is what I do. Thank you. And he points over to the edge.
Plus 10 insight, y'all.
They have my horse. Call for Luna. And when you see a horse turn its head, you will know the party.
I know what they look like. I know. Well, I talked to all of you like literally 12 hours ago.
Detective, I am not calling you stupid. This I know. I am just saying.
Yeah, no, I know what to do. I know how to find them. This is my city as well as yours. Thank you. Please go on about your day. Go take a look at Dockside. You'll see what happens when your friend's magic or whatever it is allowed to go unchecked. Please. You're excused. Thank you.
Thank you, Detective, for discussion.
See him writing stuff down on his notepad as he's doing stuff.
Yeah. Therai is going to take the one piece of paper that he had written and fold it up and put it in his pocket.
Without even looking up, he's like, good idea. So you were on your way down to Dockside?
Yes, sir.
That whole thing took a while. It's like right about what, 11:30, I think, give or take.
Okay.
Maybe pushing noon. I believe you guys left at around what, 10?
Yeah, it would have been. Yeah, because you said we got 6 hours of sleep. We went to bed at 3 o'clock.
What say you, timekeeper? Does that make sense for that kind of time to have gone by? For an interview while you guys were doing your stuff, this is all supposed to be happening simultaneously.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay.
We did a lot of travel. Did we take the? Oh no, we stayed up top.
Yeah.
We didn't go down.
Nope.
So we didn't have to worry about the stairs or okay.
Right. So you're gonna head to dockside. Are you gonna take the lift? Are you gonna take the stairs?
Me?
Yep. We're sticking with you for now.
Therai's shaking right now, so no, he's going to be taking the lift.
Okay. Yep. It's what is it? 1 gold, 5 silver for you.
Okay, yeah.
So you pay that, load up, 10 minutes down. The moment you get down, you see, where are you? You see, hiya. There's a bit of a, what's the word? A disturbance happening. You see a rather large Northman, what they call a shoddy, because he's from Free Ashad. Big dude wearing like furs and stuff. He's got his beard tied, or his beard's tied back, his hair's tied back, blonde, blue eyes. Think of the Norse, you've pretty much got it. As he's standing up and he is shouting to people, he's like, "I told you, he was a knight wearing the plate mail. He had a wrap around his eyes and there was blood coming from underneath. I think that was a sign of his divinity. He and one other bought the meat. They ate the meat. They blessed me with good tidings. And then he offered to heal me, which at first I took as a lie. He said about potions, tonics to heal my leg." And then you see he's standing with one boot off, and his leg looks like completely healed. It's 100%. Yeah. He was like, and then he shook my hand, and I felt the disease leave me. And then there's a couple of people on the other side that are like, "That's bullshit. You're drunk. Blah blah blah. You've been getting healed off and on by the wise man." And so there's this whole dissertation happening. He's up on a crate and he's yelling about what's happening. There's a bunch of people like, "Yeah, we want to blah, 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 blah." There's people who are like, "I've got this peg leg. Maybe he can turn it back into a real one." And then there's a bunch of other things are happening where these people who are, you know what poor people in this slum look like. The wretched are here. They're all, there's literal lepers who are walking around trying to people are like, "Get out of here, you're fucking gross."
Just
and they're
coughing on people.
Yeah, basically. But you're seeing this thing, and
you got the Rhoda too.
Almost as serendipitous. You see one person shove another person, and a small fist fight break out as people break it up, no, we'll go to jail, stop it. And you can tell that already there's this animosity, this tension between people who are saying that it's bullshit and people who are saying that it's real, and all of this stuff is happening. But you were going to try to do one thing in particular, right? You wanted to see if that bag was still there? Or have you given up on that?
How far away is that from this position?
It's actually not that far away. It's probably about 60 feet or so.
Okay. I'll go check on that real quick.
Right. So as you're you're kind of skirting around this whole issue, you go over to where those 3 crates are that you knew. That bag is gone.
Okay. Therai's gonna make his way back to the stage.
All right. Yeah. So you make
This
your
guy's
way.
I'm imagining it's not a stage, but it's
it's a gathering. He's on
a bar stool and he's on top of it.
Yeah, he's on a crate, and he's basically preaching, and he's saying the same sorts of things over and over again of what happened, showing his leg, calling people who are calling him bullshit, as all of this is happening.
Yeah, Therai's gonna make his way forward. obviously make it clear that like he's coming to the front of the crowd where the guy was.
Love you. Uh huh.
And then does the guy stop talking as Therai makes his way up there or no?
No, he would
The guy in the
notice
crate?
you. He would notice you, and he'd be like, "Wise man, I appreciate you for all of your healing that you have given me over the days and weeks, but I no longer need it. As you see, my leg has been completely healed by a knight." And then he's going to go on again. Blind knight, blood,
A knight
divinity.
in silver armor, correct?
Not in silver necessarily, just plate mail.
Like the tales of children that we learn, all of us, while we are young. The one who rises above all and comes to save us. You, my friend, drink a potion, and yet you claim that it was magic that healed you.
No,
How do you know?
I did
that
not
what
drink a
you-
potion. In fact, I
How
thought that the potion was a lie.
How do you know what you saw was not just a mirror image or something conjured in your head?
Because nothing was seen. Thanks to children for the unceremonious end. We'll end with Therai saying what he says to the shoddy man. And a certain amount of turmoil comes of that. So we'll find out what happened next time.